This is not me. Something has gone wrong somewhere. I used to be an energetic young lady. How did I become a shadow of myself? I need help. I have to see my mentor tomorrow. I know she won't be happy with me, but I'll go see her regardless. I've made up my mind and nothing will stop me this time.
Oh my God, Deborah. Wow, it's been a long time since I saw you. How are you doing?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm so sorry I didn't come to see you all this while. I got caught up in a web, and it really affected me.
I'm glad you're here now. Please sit down. So we can talk about it.
Okay, ma'am.
So, what happened? I've not set my eyes on you for about 6 months. I checked your apartment but I was told you moved. I tried reaching out to your friends but they said they couldn't reach you either. I was hoping you'd reach out someday and I'm glad it happened today.
I'm very sorry, ma'am.
It's fine, talk to me. What happened?
I feel so ashamed of myself right now.
Ashamed? Why?
It's a long story, ma'am.
You can always make it short, so go ahead. I'm listening.
It was Francis.
Hang on, the same Francis?
Yes, the same Francis you warned me about.
Wow, what happened with him?
After our last meeting, you told me to break up with him because you felt it would be a disaster if we ended up together. I met him and told him what you said.
Okay.
And he said it was because you were envious of our union.
Jealous.
Yes. So, he told me to leave the city with him so that we could start afresh somewhere far from home, since people here do not want us together. And I followed him.
And stayed with him for 6 months.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You're sorry. So, how was it with him for 6 months you stayed together? I hope there wasn't any form of intimacy with him any day.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but there was.
What?
He said the only way I could prove my love to him was by sleeping with him, and if I didn't, he was going to meet other ladies. I didn't want to lose him. So I gave in.
You mean you gave your body to someone that wasn't your husband? Don't you know it's a sin against God?
He promised to marry me, but he said it wasn't a sin if I did it with him, since we'll be getting married after all.
I'm so disappointed in you, Deborah. So, after all my warnings and advice, you still chose to go your way and fulfill what was on your mind.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Is that all? Is that the end of your story?
No, ma, that was the beginning of my nightmare.
Nightmare? What do you mean?
After 2 months he changed. He started smoking, drinking and womanizing. I confronted him, but it resulted in a fight. From that day he started assaulting me verbally, physically and sexually. He would come back home drunk, and forcefully have his way with me. It continued that way till I eventually found out that I was pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yes, ma'am. I told him about it and he told me to abort the baby.
What? How could he be so cruel? So, did you abort the baby?
No, ma'am. I was too scared to take an innocent baby's life. That was what I told him, but instead, he got upset, screamed and angrily pounced on me.
With a baby in your womb?
Yes. The next morning, I woke up and I found a letter on the table with some money. In the letter, he said he's gone for good and he'll never return, that I should take the money and abort the baby or I should live with the reality of raising the baby alone.
You mean Francis has the heart to do such evil? I thought he was a Christian.
I was surprised too, because one of the reasons I decided to follow him was because he claimed to be a Christian. But it turned out that I was wrong after all. That was how I took the money and came back. I've asked the Lord for forgiveness and I'm ready to bear the consequences of my mistake. So I'm here to also ask for your forgiveness. Please find a place in your heart to forgive me.
You know, I took you more as a child than as a mentee, and that was because I saw the potential God has placed in you. I would have been angry, but I understand that you were distracted and deceived because you didn't have a self-identity. I feel sad because this is actually what I've been trying to tell you about all this while but you didn't pay attention to.
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
It's not a problem, I've forgiven you already. And I'm so glad that you didn't abort the baby. It doesn't have to pay for the mistake you made. You've taken responsibility for your actions and that's commendable. Our mistakes shouldn't define us, we have to learn from them. No one is without mistakes, but what differentiates people is what they choose to do with them. Either learn from it or continue to cry about it all the days of your life. As for you, you've chosen to learn from it, and I congratulate you because it's the beginning of a new dawn for you. And with the help of God, I'll stand by you and give you the necessary support you need. Don't worry, you'll get back in track. God has forgiven you and so have I.
Wow, thank you so much for the opportunity, Mum. I promise never to repeat this mistake. Please permit me to call you Mum.
You're welcome, daughter. You'll stay at my place henceforth, just hang around while I tidy the office up so we can go home together. I'm closed for the day.